Finestkind kicks off with a reunion between two half-brothers, Tom and Charlie. Despite the time that has passed, they're cool, connected by the same mother and different fathers. Charlie, fresh out of college and gearing up for law school, decides to spend some quality time with his older brother Tom, a seasoned commercial fisherman. With little hesitation, Tom gladly welcomed Charlie as one of his crew members on a commercial fishing boat. A few days later, the fishing expedition began. Little did Charlie know it was going to be quite an adventurous day. Initially, everything went smoothly, and the team got along with Charlie extremely well. However, a problem arose with the engine, and it exploded while they were on the boat. The explosion was too intense to remain on the boat, so they quickly got into the life raft and stayed there until the lifeguards rescued them the next day. As they were celebrating their successful comeback from the dangerous adventure in a bar, Charlie's father arrived and requested him to return home. However, Charlie refused, determined to continue his journey. Meanwhile, Tom faced difficulties since he was now without a boat and out of a job. After a few hours, everyone eventually went home, each dealing with their own challenges and decisions. The next morning, surprisingly, Tom's father paid him a visit. Despite their usual lack of harmony, when he requested Tom to use his boat, Tom couldn't refuse. Little did Tom know that his old man was dealing with cancer and had treatments scheduled for the next day. Meanwhile, a party was underway as one of the crew members' wives was pregnant and they were celebrating. Charlie met Mabel, played by Jenna Ortega, and they hit it off, eventually hooking up the next day. However, Charlie overslept, prompting Mabel to rush over to the bay to ensure he made it on the boat for the fishing expedition. The expedition turned out to be enjoyable, with plans to stay out for a few days. Unbeknownst to Charlie, Tom had a surprise in store. They were heading into Canadian waters. With some skepticism, Charlie went along. Unfortunately, luck wasn't on their side once again as a red-colored Canadian Border Patrol plane flew directly over them. In a hurry, they had to release all the fish and speed back to port. However, they were caught by law enforcement and fined $100,000. Unable to retrieve the boat without paying the fine, they faced a challenging situation. In this twist of events, Tom discovers his father's cancer when, as the legal owner, he has to inspect the boat. Now faced with the challenge of his father's terminal illness and the inability to afford medical care, Tom feels desperate. The only valuable asset he owns is the boat. In a moment of desperation, Charlie proposes a risky plan: smuggling heroin. It's Mabel who arranges the plan, using her knowledge of where to obtain the drugs due to her mother being an addict. Initially hesitant, Tom reluctantly agrees under pressure from the team. The team embarks on one last mission, with a drug smuggling plane dropping the drugs at a specified location for them to pick up and deliver to the dealer who promised a payment of $100K. However, things take a dark turn when the delivery truck gets hijacked by another group posing as cops. Initially suspecting the dealer's involvement, Tom realizes there's a drug addict on their team who betrayed them for quick money to fuel their habit. The drugs are gone, and there's no chance of recovery. Despite Tom's efforts to keep his father in the dark about the dangerous situation, his father quickly understands the gravity of the danger they're in. Filled with empathy and frustration, Tom makes a daring move. He visits the drug dealer, claiming to have the money from Tom, and ultimately kills the dealer. Although it's a dark ending, the movie concludes with everyone returning to fishing and Tom's father going to prison.